In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of external pressures, work, social expectations, and the constant pursuit of success. We are often swept away by the demands of society, chasing things like recognition, wealth, and status. But in doing so, we can easily lose sight of something far more important: our own personal development. True growth isn't simply about acquiring new knowledge or mastering new skills. It's about deepening our understanding of ourselves, cultivating patience, and honing the resilience to face life's inevitable challenges. Stoic philosophy, with its timeless wisdom, reminds us that personal growth is a continuous journey, a process of maturing from within. It teaches us to focus on what is in our control and to accept what cannot be changed, guiding us toward a life of inner peace and emotional freedom. In this exploration, we will see how Stoicism can serve as a powerful tool for embracing personal development. By prioritizing our internal growth, we align ourselves with a deeper understanding of life, one that leads to resilience, wisdom, and ultimately, a sense of fulfillment. This path isn't just about surviving the world's chaos. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. And, as with every practice worth pursuing, there's a challenge for you. If you are ready to embark on this path of growth, commit to it now. Leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to grow with Stoicism," and let's begin this journey of personal transformation. 1. Self-development and inner growth. Self-development, particularly through the lens of Stoic philosophy, forms the bedrock of a meaningful and fulfilling life. In a world obsessed with external accomplishments, fame, and fleeting sources of happiness, Stoicism urges us to turn inward. True fulfillment, the Stoics teach, doesn't come from external achievements, but from the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We may not have control over the external world, but we possess the power to master our reactions, thoughts, and emotions. Stoicism proposes that true self-development is a process of spiritual maturity, a continuous journey of better understanding oneself and learning how to align one's desires with nature. It's not just about acquiring more knowledge or new skills. It's about reaching a state of mental tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. For the Stoic, personal growth means learning how to control emotions, reframe setbacks, and maintain equanimity even in the face of life's uncertainties. It is the ability to face challenges with grace, to meet failure with resilience, and to view each moment as an opportunity for inner growth. The power of reflection. One of the core practices of Stoicism is reflection. Every moment of stress, frustration, or anger can be an opportunity to examine how we are responding to the external world. Are we allowing ourselves to be swept away by emotions, or are we remaining grounded in our ability to choose our reactions? Stoicism teaches that our emotions are not merely reactions to the world around us, but responses we can control through conscious reflection and practice. By cultivating this awareness, we train ourselves to respond more wisely and peacefully to the world's ups and downs. Failure as an opportunity. A critical aspect of Stoic self-development is the understanding that failure is not a setback, but an opportunity. Society often teaches us to view failure as something to avoid at all costs, something to be feared and concealed. But for the Stoic, failure is simply a reflection of our own limitations, a chance to learn, grow, and adapt. Consider the analogy of a mountain climber. The path to the summit is filled with obstacles, but every slip and stumble is a lesson, not a defeat. The Stoic embraces failure, not as something to be feared, but as a necessary step on the path to wisdom and self-mastery. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This statement encapsulates the essence of Stoic self-development, learning to face adversity with resilience, to embrace failure as part of the growth process, and to reflect on each experience to gain a deeper understanding of oneself. 2. The Stoic approach to emotional mastery. One of the most profound gifts Stoicism offers is the ability to manage our emotions, particularly in moments of stress or uncertainty. In today's world, emotional regulation is a critical skill, one that enables us to navigate life's ups and downs without being overwhelmed by them. Rather than seeing emotions as uncontrollable forces, Stoics teach us to view them as indicators, signals that can be understood and regulated. Control what you can. The Stoic view on emotions begins with the concept of control. In the famous dichotomy of control, the Stoics assert that we can only control two things: our judgments and our actions. The world is full of things beyond our control: other people's actions, the state of the economy, the weather. But we have the power to choose how we respond. This is where emotional mastery begins, by learning to detach from external events and focusing our energy on how we respond. When faced with frustration or anger, a Stoic will pause and ask, "Is this in my control?" If the answer is no, they will redirect their attention away from the situation, recognizing that they cannot change it. If the answer is yes, perhaps the anger arises from an unfair criticism, they will choose to respond thoughtfully, without allowing emotion to dictate their behavior. Embracing virtue over emotion. For the Stoic, cultivating virtue is the ultimate way to master emotions. Virtue, character traits like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, becomes the foundation upon which emotional strength is built. By consistently choosing virtuous actions, a Stoic trains themselves to transcend destructive emotions, such as envy, anger, and fear. Instead, they embrace inner peace, clarity, and a sense of purpose. In moments of frustration, the Stoic will remind themselves of their commitment to virtue. They may ask themselves, "What would the wise person do in this situation?" Or, "How can I act justly and with patience, even in the face of adversity?" This approach doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather guiding them with wisdom and understanding. 3. Resilience. Through adversity. Life is filled with challenges. Whether we face personal hardships, career setbacks, or societal pressures, adversity is an inevitable part of the human experience. For the Stoic, however, adversity is not something to avoid. Instead, it is an opportunity to build resilience and to deepen one's character. The role of obstacles. A critical lesson from Stoicism is the idea that obstacles are not roadblocks to success, but essential parts of the process of growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In other words, the challenges we face are not interruptions to our growth. They are the means through which we grow. Without obstacles, there is no opportunity to build resilience, to practice patience, or to develop inner strength. When faced with difficulty, the Stoic does not lament or wish for easier circumstances. Instead, they view each challenge as a chance to exercise their virtues and strengthen their resolve. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Through adversity, we cultivate the mental toughness necessary to face even greater challenges in the future. The art of endurance is one of the central virtues of Stoicism. The ability to persevere through difficulty without complaint or bitterness is a hallmark of the Stoic character. To practice endurance, a Stoic must learn to detach themselves from immediate pleasures and discomforts in order to focus on long-term growth. This requires patience, fortitude, and a deep commitment to personal development. In times of hardship, the Stoic does not seek to escape or numb the pain. Instead, they acknowledge the difficulty, accept it, and choose to endure with dignity. This act of endurance transforms the individual. It turns suffering into an opportunity for personal growth and self-mastery. 4. The long-term vision of personal growth. True personal development is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It is a lifelong commitment to growth, learning, and improvement. Stoicism teaches us that the journey towards self-mastery is continuous and requires both patience and persistence. Cultivating daily practice. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the idea of daily practice. Personal development, commitment to a purposeful life. Ultimately, the Stoic path to self-growth is about living with purpose. Every action, no matter how small, should be aligned with our highest values and principles. This requires self-discipline, focus, and the ability to make conscious choices. By committing to a purposeful life, we transform ourselves into individuals who are not only resilient, but also wise, compassionate, and virtuous. Conclusion. The path to true fulfillment. In a world full of distractions and external pressures, Stoicism offers a timeless guide to personal development. By prioritizing self-growth, we embrace a process of inner transformation, one that leads to greater peace, wisdom, and resilience. Through self-reflection, emotional mastery, and the cultivation of virtue, we gradually become the best versions of ourselves. The Stoic journey is not about perfection, but about steady, conscious progress. It is a journey of growth that, with patience and persistence, leads to the fulfillment of our highest potential. As you move forward, remember that the path to personal development is not linear. There will be setbacks and obstacles, but each of these is an opportunity to strengthen your character and deepen your understanding. So if you're ready to commit to the Stoic path, embrace the challenge of self-growth.